Hey guys, it's me, and we're here for part 2 of the Crescendo piece. I mean, part 2 of 7 reasons why Transformers could succeed. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. So the last video, it did manage to trigger a lot of people, since a lot of them called me a hater. But even more people agree with some of my points, and they still said the movie was gonna succeed. And because at least 3 guys in my last video told me to make some reasons why it could succeed, I was like, if you paid attention to the video, you would have known I was gonna do that. But now here we are. Okay, so much like before, this symbol right here, small improvement, nothing too big. Like something that fans will only recognize. For example, Nitro being a nod to Shockwave, or let's say Megatron being a nod to Transformers Prime's Megatron, kind of like that. The Decepticon symbol is something that you are actually kind of looking forward to. That you're saying, you know, I like this. I might want to see this movie. That's what the Decepticon symbol represents. And lastly, the Autobot symbol is something that's like, yes, I so want to see this. I can't wait. Like something that gets you hyped and your hopes up for the movie. So much like before, I'm gonna give you 10 reasons, discuss some of those reasons. Oh, and also shout out to all these guys. They all pretty much asked me for a shout out, and you know, since I listen to my fans, unlike some other YouTubers, I decided to do so. Alright, so I want to keep this video short, so we'll start right now. Number 10, it's a Michael Bay movie. Okay, so much like the last video, whether you think Michael Bay is a good director or a bad director, this point's for you, alright? Because if you like Michael Bay, then you like his action scenes. You might not like the guy for story, but you can't deny that he has some pretty good action scenes. So that's why he has gathered a following of people who actually like his movie for the action, the mayhem. So if you like Michael Bay, then you like this movie. Number 9, it's an odd number. Okay, so I gotta admit, I kind of just put this one and the Michael Bay one on the list just to add some more space. From here on, the rest is gonna be like real reasons. But something that one of my subscribers mentioned, and then I think it's really funny. The first movie I said in my previous video you can consider good. The second movie was okay to mediocre. The third movie I thought it was actually pretty good. The fourth movie again from okay to awful. Now all the odd number movies are the ones that do the worst, and the even ones are the ones that do the best. And now we have Transformers The Last Night, which is the 5th movie, and this one seems to be like an improvement from all the other versions. And it's an even number. I know, call me superstitious or whatever, but you gotta admit, this is really interesting, because if you picture the whole movie franchise as a whole, this is definitely a pattern that's going on right now. Number 8, here's where the real list begins, the graphics. Okay, so much like my other video, I know, I'm ripping off the first 3. The graphics in this movie look amazing. We're probably still gonna see the shaky cam, and that's gonna bother a lot of people. But look at some of the shots from the trailers. I don't see a lot of shaky cam here. As a matter of fact, it looks amazing. It looks good. More emphasis on the robots. That's what we want. We can see them clearly. We can see all the CGI renders pretty good. The environments that are CGI made, like the submarine, look amazing. And looking at the medieval scenes with all the knights and the horses, it looks good, okay? There seems to be some slow-mo added in there, but as long as it's not like Justice League levels of slow-mo. But then again, it's only some slow motion, and we're probably not gonna see it very much, since Michael Bay doesn't use that much slow motion in his movies. So, good job Michael Bay, good job. Number 7, a team of riders. Alright, so you know who Aaron Kruger is? If you say yes, then I feel your pain. If you say no, then let me illuminate you. He's the writer for the previous movies, and the way he writes the story is not the best. For example, in Transformers, you know, the Autobots came, they needed to find the cube, a bunch of stuff happens. You know, simple plot, it's alright. Revenge of the Fallen happened. Then we have, oh, find the Matrix, revive Optimus, beat the Fallen. Yay. Transformers 3, oh, look, the pillars, destroy the pillars. Yeah, kinda like that. And Transformers 4, oh wow, it's the seed, take it, don't let them have it. You see what I'm getting at here? There's a lot of artifacts in the movie, and yeah, I know artifacts are a staple in Transformers fiction because most stories revolve around artifacts or objects or weapons. And his writing is not the best. I mean, Revenge of the Fallen, Age of Extinction, Dark of the Moon to some degree. But now, he's gone! Hasbro was like, dude, people don't like you. And they kicked him out of the writer's room. Hallelujah. And now we have a whole new team of writers. They have all worked in different types of fiction, storytelling. And they have created this new Transformers cinematic universe. And Transformers The Last Night is gonna focus a lot on world building, setting up some things for the Bumblebee spin-off, and some more things for things to come. Yeah, so with a new team of writers, basically we're gonna get new fresh stories, new ideas, not the same old formula being repeated, and no more artifacts. Well, we're gonna see Excalibur in the movie, and I don't know what that's gonna do. Like, I mean, if we do see Excalibur, I want it to play a minor role. I don't want it to be this powerful plot device that just beats the enemies or that just beats the creators. I don't want to see that, so hopefully we don't see that, but I have faith on the writers and I think they're gonna do an excellent job. Number 6, the Autobot Resistance and the Decepticon Remnants. Okay, so this is a minor thing, but remember how Optimus always, you know, helped the humans throughout the movies and Megatron wanted to destroy them? And now the Decepticons are basically no more, and Megatron is trying to find Decepticon survivors and form some kind of remnant from their army, because by this point in the war, the Decepticons are gone. There are no more. There's only a few of them left, and they are all hiding, like Barricade, Mohawk, and Hooligan. And then we have the Autobot Resistance. So the Autobots are basically looking for survivors. Like we see in the trailer, they saved they tried to save Canopy, and they found Wheelie, and who knows what other Autobots that were hiding in Age of Extinction. So basically, the remaining Autobots are trying to, you know, hold out, save whatever Autobots they can, and trying to resist the human oppression. Now, I don't know why, but I really like this concept of the Decepticons being the minority and them having to rebuild from the ground up to, you know, try and destroy the humans. I mean, I like this, and the Autobots, you know, not forming an alliance with the humans and, you know, trying to survive. Basically some kind of resistance like in Star Wars. Honestly, I really enjoy this concept, and I really hope that humans and Autobots don't become best buddies by the end of the movie. I know it sounds crazy, but I just like this concept so much, but I don't like seeing Autobots dying, so there's that. Please, Michael Bay, bring us Sideswipe back. Please. Number 5, back on track. Okay, so what do I mean by this? Well, basically, we all like the first movie. We can all agree that. The second one, yeah, I already explained all this, basically. But the thing here is that Transformers The Last Night, it's basically taking all the stuff that worked from the other movies and taking the writers' advice. And since Michael Bay is working with the writers and trying to form this new story, learning from the mistakes of the other movies and adding what worked in those movies into The Last Night, it's a formula for success right there. Explosions, Dinobots, dinosaurs, Bumblebee getting beat up. I swear people can be so cruel sometimes. Bigger danger, return of old characters that people like, and a lot of cool new CGI models for the robots. Well, I have to admit that some of them, for example, let's say Onslaught and Nitro, are pretty generic and, you know, basically a reuse of old models. You gotta admit, at least to some degree, they look cool, and they combine like certain CGI models to form these new characters, and you at least gotta give them some props for that, you know. I mean, they didn't just reuse the same old models like in Dark of the Moon or Revenge of the Fallen. They actually mixed them together and made something new, and I gotta say, it actually kinda works, you know. Also, we don't have Sam Witwicky anymore, and I know a lot of people liked him, but for the most part, I didn't like him. But we have a new, better and cooler protagonist, Kay Jaeger. And his relationship with the Autobots is more, I don't know, I want to say likable than Sam Witwicky. He was just, because Sam was just basically a kid who worked with them, and Kate's like this Kid's this dad that's with them to protect his daughter and stuff like that. So I kind of like him better as a protagonist. Like I said in a previous statement, they're breaking off from the usual formula and trying to make something new and building. All these things are good things, basically, because we're taking what works and putting it in the movie, and we're taking what doesn't work and getting rid of it. Michael Bay humor. Michael Bay humor. Number 4, more Autobot and Decepticon screen time. Okay, so in Age of Extinction, we didn't see a lot of Decepticon screen time. I mean, we saw a decent amount of Lockdown, and I think that's what made him one of my favorite characters in the movies, actually. Now Stinger, we didn't saw a lot of him, and Galvatron was there. But for the Autobots, we did get a decent screen time. Optimus and Bumblebee stole the spotlight like always. Han was freaking amazing. Chrysler's had his moment, you know? And Drift. Yeah, the Dinobots were awesome, you know? So yeah, we're getting a lot of robot screen time. And for the last night, if you look at the trailers, what do we see? We see a lot of robots, we see a lot of the planet thing, we see a lot of the creators. If the character posters are anything to go about, all of these guys right here, they are our main Transformers, the ones we're gonna see a whole lot of in the movie. I mean, sure, I don't mind seeing more Hound, and I think Megatron and Barricade are promising, but do we really have to push the kid appeal characters for the movie? But that's a small nitpick. On the bright side, dragons, Dinobots, and mini Dinobots. Oh my god, guys, they're so cute. Number 3, actors. Okay, so Kate Jagger, solid choice. Anthony Hopkins, pretty amazing, solid. So far, I love his work in the movie, and I don't even know a lot about the guy. Isabella, this guy right here, yeah. This chick right here, she seems fine for now. I just hope she doesn't become another cliche-ist damsel in distress. Hopefully she doesn't. But yeah, we have some pretty good actors in the movie so far. And don't forget some of the amazing voice actors we're getting. Peter Cullen's back. Megatron's voice actor for Transformers Prime's back. We got Hound's voice actor. We got Crosser's voice actor. Drift's voice actor. We have a pretty solid choice of voice actors and actors that are gonna be in the movie. And yeah, with all these amazing actors and recognizable voice actors, it's gonna get a lot of fans to wanna watch the movie, because I mean, I really like Transformers Prime's Megatron. That's my favorite version of Megatron, and hopefully some of his awesomeness spills out into the movie Megatron. Because I mean, I gotta admit that the movie Megatron has my favorite robot design I seen so far, and I'm really looking forward to get that toy. Number 2, world building. Okay, so like I pretty much mentioned all throughout the list, this movie's gonna have a lot of world building. What's world building? Well, basically we're gonna get a lot of lore about stuff, about events. We see so many nods to the previous movies. For example, Dark of the Moon with the Ark, Revenge of the Fallen. We're probably gonna see a mention of the Primes. I think we're meant to see a mention of the Primes, because Optimus is a Prime, but he's a Knight of Quintessas at the same time. It's kind of weird, but I think we're meant to get a reference to the Primes. Maybe something about the old Spark, and then we have the whole Age of Extinction, you know, continuity with K being there, some of the new Autobots. And we're also gonna see a lot of the Dinobots, since they're basically knights, and we know that Lockdown spent a whole lot of time hunting down the knights, like he said, the Dinobots and Optimus for the creators. So expect to see and, you know, learn more about the Dinobots in this movie. And number 1, the story. Okay, so like I pretty much already said everything, okay? But continuing from where the other movies left off, we have this giant thing, we have an Optimus being evil, we have a Megatron possibly being good and teaming up with the Autobots and humans, probably temporarily. We have Submarine, we have the Medieval Knights, we got Optimus versus Bumblebee, we got Hound making his last stand, we got the mercenaries hunting down the Autobots, we got the new Decepticons, the Decepticon Remnant, the Autobot Resistance. It's a lot, okay? And now, I did put this as my major complaint for the top 10 reasons why it could fail. But, looking back at it, some of these are minor things. For example, Dragonstorm is probably gonna be the Devastator from this movie. He's gonna be cool, but he's probably not gonna do much. Then the human forces are probably gonna be taken care of halfway throughout the movie. They're probably not gonna be very prevalent. The knights are probably gonna get a small backstory, and with the main focus being Optimus, Bumblebee, and the whole thing that's going on with Anthony Hopkins. So looking back at it, it's actually not that bad. We do have a lot of characters and concepts going around, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because they don't need to have all these things play a major role in this movie. They just need those things to form a world like Star Wars. Star Wars is rich with lore, okay? We got planets, we got ages, we got the Civil War era, the Clone Wars era, the Old Republic era, the Disney era. I believe all these concepts, all these things, all these factions, all these characters are not just in the movie to be a part of the story, but they're rather here for world building, like I mentioned in the previous point. So now thinking about it, you're like, that actually kind of makes sense. We're probably not gonna see Dragonstorm play a major role. He's probably gonna be there, kind of like Devastator was, be cool, then get killed off. But he's not a major character actually. And the Dinobots are there, but then again, they're probably gonna be here and there, not play a major role. The main focus of this movie is the redemption of Optimus Prime and the redemption of the movie franchise. Now, whether they're gonna be able to redeem the movie, it's still up in the air. I mean, if my two videos are anything to go by, I would say the chances are actually pretty good for the movie and for Michael Bay. They actually have a shot at making something great. We still need to see how they're gonna execute this, because they could totally do all of these things and mess it up. Or they could do all these things and be epic. I'm not saying it's gonna be the next Logan or whatever, but it's definitely something that's gonna be big this year. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Comment down below. Do you think it's gonna succeed? Do you think it's gonna fail? Do you agree with some of my points? And also stay tuned for that special sneak peek.